Many people believe that seeing is believing, as their understanding of the world is shaped by personal experiences. For this reason, it's often challenging for ordinary people to fully grasp the thrilling encounters, extraordinary experiences, or rare phenomena described by others. However, thanks to more than a century of advancements in camera technology, tools like smartphones, surveillance systems, and tracking devices allow us to capture moments that were once beyond imagination. Today, let's explore some incredible footage captured through the lens. Number 1. A real-life Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. On the night of March 28, 2011, in Dubai, a crowd gathered at the base of the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, craning their necks to watch. Hundreds of meters above them, a man was clinging to the glass facade, carefully climbing his way to the top. A few hours later, he reached the summit. Fans of Mission Impossible. Ghost Protocol might recognize this scene, not as a coincidence, but as part of a promotional stunt organized by the film's distributor and the Tower. The man behind this real-life impossible mission was Alain. Alain, born in France on August 7, 1962, is widely known as the French Spider-Man. A passionate climber, he received the International Olympic Committee's Outstanding Sporting Performance Award in 1993 for breaking an Olympic record. Since then, he has turned his focus to skyscrapers, iconic symbols of modern society. Over the decades, Alain has climbed more than 150 buildings across every continent. Once a 32-year-old rising star, he is now a 62-year-old veteran, yet he shows no signs of slowing down and continues to scale new heights. Alain's love for climbing began early. At just 12, he climbed 8 floors of a building with his bare hands after being accidentally locked out of his home. But even for an expert like him, mishaps have been unavoidable. His worst accident left him in a coma for 5 days and with multiple fractures. Yet Alain's passion for climbing remains unshaken. "I love climbing. It's my way of life," he has said. "As long as my body allows it, I will keep climbing." Number 2. A camping couple surrounded by lions. A couple on a camping trip had a harrowing experience when they found themselves surrounded by a pride of lions. Several lions prowled outside their tent, with a male lion even pawing at the fabric. Trapped inside, the terrified couple shouted desperately, hoping to scare the predators away. At one point, the pride wandered off briefly, but the couple remained vigilant. The man cautiously peeked outside, and seeing that they were still lurking, quickly ducked back into the tent. After an agonizing wait, the lions seemed to grow restless. One tugged at the tent aggressively but was startled when part of the fabric suddenly fell. Eventually, the lionesses lost interest and left, with the lion reluctantly following. Seizing the opportunity, the man dashed to the other tent to grab a weapon. Thankfully, the couple narrowly escaped harm, shaken but safe. Number 3. What does skydiving from space feel like? Skydiving is a well-known extreme sport, and enthusiasts have devised countless daring variations, from group jumps to naked dives, low-altitude leaps, and even burning their parachutes mid-air before deploying a backup. Yet, all these stunts pale in comparison to what we're about to see. At 2:10 a.m. on October 15, 2012, Austrian extreme athlete Felix Baumgartner leaped from a space capsule roughly 39,000 meters above the Earth's surface. He successfully landed, becoming the first person to achieve a supersonic freefall. But Felix's jump wasn't just chasing thrills. This jump had a scientific purpose. A former skydiving performer for the U.S. military, he worked with a team of experts, including NASA scientists, to gather critical data on astronaut survival in space-related emergencies. The team meticulously rehearsed every step of the mission, striving to eliminate all potential risks. Perfect weather conditions were crucial. Low wind speeds and no precipitation were needed to ensure clear visibility. Felix's greatest challenge was breaking the sound barrier. Exceeding the speed of sound generates powerful shockwaves capable of tearing objects apart, as observed during early high-speed aircraft tests. Fortunately, the thin atmosphere at his jump altitude significantly reduced this risk. Still, the jump was far from risk-free. Even a slight imbalance in his posture during descent could have sent Felix into an uncontrollable spin, subjecting his body to immense pressure that could cause unconsciousness or internal bleeding. But with meticulous preparation and a bit of luck, Felix successfully pulled off his historic leap, leaving the world in awe. Number 4. The Black Sun of Denmark. The Old Testament recounts the biblical story of God punishing Egypt with 10 plagues, one of which was a locust swarm so vast that it devoured all the crops and darkened the skies. Although this is a religious story, a natural occurrence just as extraordinary can be seen on Denmark's Jutland Peninsula. Known as the Black Sun, this natural spectacle occurs every spring and autumn when millions of European starlings migrate to the region. As the sun sets, the birds move in intricate formations, creating stunning patterns in the sky. In the fading light, they rise and fall like waves, at times clustering into dense ink blots, and at others scattering like smoke. The peninsula's low-lying marshlands provide an ideal habitat for the birds to nest, feed, and breed. The coordination among starlings is astonishing. Using vocal signals or other means, millions of them travel in collectivity each day to different resting places at night, navigating vast distances each day, using the sun as a guide to locate safe wintering grounds, and can even mimic the sounds of other birds. While locals sometimes find their overwhelming numbers a nuisance, the site attracts countless visitors from across Europe and beyond, eager to witness this fascinating natural spectacle. Number 5. The dam overturned by a mysterious force. In May 2019, a surveillance camera captured footage that quickly went viral online. The timestamp in the corner read 8 a.m. on May 14, 2019. The video showed the dam operating normally until, within moments, the central structure suddenly buckled as though lifted by an unseen force, breaking apart and unleashing a torrent of water. Initially, this sparked wild speculation. Was it the work of something supernatural? Or perhaps some kind of underwater technology? However, it was soon confirmed to be the collapse of the Lake Dunlap Dam in New Braunfels, Texas, USA. The Guadalupe Blanco River Authority, which oversees the dam, uploaded the video to inform the public. Investigations revealed that the dam, built in 1928, failed due to aging steel floodgates in its spillway, which gave way under immense water pressure. Following the collapse, the River Authority reported that Lake Dunlap was losing water at a staggering rate of 11,000 cubic feet per second, with the level dropping nearly 3 meters in just 12 hours. Residents were urged to secure their boats and other watercraft to prevent damage or loss through drifting. Many vessels ended up stranded in mud or shallows, though thankfully no casualties were reported. Photos from the scene showed a nearly dried-up Lake Dunlap, with no clear timeline for restoring its water capacity. The concern over water levels extended far beyond basic utility needs. The Guadalupe River is a renowned destination for rafting, fly fishing, and canoeing, making it one of the top adventure destinations in the United States. The local economy relies heavily on tourism, so when the dam failed, it didn't just drain the river. It also dried up a crucial source of income. Number 6. A nighttime encounter with a UFO. On December 22, 2018, a sheriff in Howard County, Maryland, posted a strange video on Facebook. While patrolling at 11 p.m., he witnessed a bright light streaking across the night sky. Fortunately, his dashcam recorded the moment. Local authorities identified the object as a fragment of the Geminid meteor shower, which peaks annually between December 4th and 17th. Known for its bright, vibrant colors and relatively slow-moving meteors, the Geminids are one of the Northern Hemisphere's top meteor showers. Some netizens were skeptical, questioning whether the explanation was too hasty. Could the strange light have been a UFO instead? Others have reported seeing unusual lights while driving at night, some without tails in unusual colors, or disappearing abruptly. Experts offered plausible explanations. Meteors with visible trails are often observed when they intersect the atmosphere at an angle, while those moving directly toward an observer appear as simple flashes. Variations in color arise from differing mineral compositions, and some meteors burn out entirely in the atmosphere. Other potential sources of such sightings could be aircraft, weather balloons, satellites, or even stars, which can flicker or vanish under shifting atmospheric conditions. Of course, the possibility that some lights are extraterrestrial in origin cannot be entirely ruled out. Number 7. What happens when a nuclear bomb explodes underwater? Nuclear weapons are a double-edged sword, capable of being either an instigator of war or a guarantor of peace. But what happens when a nuclear bomb explodes underwater? A historic video may have the answer. In 1946, the U.S. Navy conducted the world's first underwater nuclear test at Bikini Atoll. It was the first time the public had ever seen footage from a nuclear test site. The goal was to assert dominance in nuclear warfare and evaluate whether warships could withstand underwater detonations. 95 ships were used as test subjects, and live animals were placed aboard to study the effects of radiation exposure. At 8:35 a.m. on July 25, 1946, a 21-kiloton bomb was detonated 27 meters below the water surface. The explosion generated a supersonic hydraulic shockwave, instantly tearing apart the keels of nearby ships. The seawater turned dark, and the surrounding surface was whitened by the shockwave. Within milliseconds, a crater 600 meters wide and 9 meters deep was carved into the seabed. In a single second, 2 million tons of seawater erupted into the air, forming a massive column 1,800 meters tall, 610 meters wide, and 390 meters thick, creating a secondary shockwave. The battleship USS Arkansas capsized and sank instantly, while the aircraft carrier USS Saratoga broke in half and sank within 8 hours. Nearly all test animals aboard perished. At the time, knowledge of radiation was limited, and many soldiers tasked with cleaning the contaminated ships unknowingly exposed themselves to harmful levels of radiation. Some even returned to base aboard ships still laced with radioactive seawater used during cleanup, further exacerbating their exposure and polluting the environment. Ultimately, the U.S. Navy canceled several planned nuclear tests. Although details of the experiment and its fallout remained classified for years, the underwater detonation at Bikini Atoll shocked the world and heightened global concerns over the devastating power of nuclear weapons. And that's it for today's video. Which of these incredible moments caught on camera left the biggest impression on you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.